Oh, welcome back. So we can all relate to this scenario, right? You're driving to a house that maybe you've never been to before. You get the address in your GPS, and your GPS tells you that you have arrived, but you don't see the house. You're still looking for the house numbers to make sure you're pulling into the right driveway.
Recalculating,
So
rerouting.
annoying, right?
Oh, man. Of course, that is so annoying when you're trying to show up for a holiday party. It can literally mean the difference between life and death, though, when you're a paramedic or an EMT responding to a 911 call. They have to get there, literally life or death, as we said. So it's a scenario, though, that the man at the center of our next story did not want to have to face anymore.
No, our friend Scott McCain is in Utah to show us how a simple invention could turn out to be a lifesaver.
After more than 20 years on the job, firefighter Brody O'Connor says he knows a thing or two about helping folks who call 911.
Yeah, finding the address is the number one thing. I mean, other than them making the phone call, we've got to get there.
But even high tech like GPS doesn't always work, meaning precious seconds of response time can be lost. So O'Connor, a self-described DIY guy, came up with a device he thinks will help, all while doing a random home repair.
My mailbox got broken, and I thought it'd be really cool to have my address numbers on the side lit up, and then it kind of evolved from there.
And ironically, an instance of online shopping wound up convincing him he might be onto something valuable.
A couple months ago, Amazon said their GPS went down, and he was looking for my house, and he actually found it by the address.
So he weatherproofed the box, added colored lights,
And away you go.
movable numbers, and put together a few more, not quite sure what he was going to do with them. Then, on a neighborhood social media site, he heard about Nakura Thompson and her son Emmett.
Yes, he was born with congenital heart disease, so he's born with multiple severe heart and airway defects.
Medically fragile children are already behind the 8 ball. So if they have some kind of a medical emergency, it's even more important to get there quickly. I've got a bunch of these laying around, so I contacted her and kind of set it up, and I just donated one to her.
Yep, getting him the care he needs as quickly as possible it's so important. It's been great. We've had EMS at our house several times where Emmett was actually life-flighted from McCady.
Over the past few months, Brody has secured a patent for his device, established a website, and had a friend help him with a promotional video. He hopes to sell them, but he's most interested in helping the most vulnerable members of the community.
If somebody knows somebody that has a medically fragile child, please refer them. Shoot me an email. Depending on how many emails I get, I may have to just do a lottery, because right now I'm just donating these out of my own pocket.
Oh, you heard that at the end? Donating out of his own pocket, but it's a brilliant yet simple idea.
It is.
To make it easier to find the house, because you can't miss that if it's kind of blinking and lighting up and right there.
Right.
Oh.
It's imperative, especially for children like the one we met in the story there. And so how generous that he's donating these life-saving gifts. And then also how practical, especially for houses that might be hard to find or covered in trees or something. In fact, they light up so bright. When I saw the name listed too, he could do names and
the whole
welcome,
thing.
not just the numbers. Really great stuff.
That's so true. And it's funny, obviously, you're driving around. We've all had that moment where you hear the ambulance or the fire truck, and sometimes you see people that are a little slow to get out of the way or don't get out of the way or they're rushing to, and you're like, you know what? Always defer quickly when you see those people. At times of the essence, someone's obviously having a crisis, and you never know in life when the ambulance or the fire truck is coming to your house. So get out of the way for the person who's going through that today.
That's a great PSA, because I see it all too often that people in traffic don't get over, like the law says, pull over to the side of the road and make room. And I can't stand when I see cars that just sit there, don't make any effort when they could pull over.
Exactly.
If you're locked up and physically can't move, that's one thing. But oh my gosh, because you're right, you never know whose emergency it is, and you would want someone to do that for your loved one or for you.
Exactly. So well done, sir.
Yeah.
I bet that story gets around. Business is going to go up.
For him, I hope it does.
I hope,
I hope
at
we
least
can do a
donations
follow-up with him.
will go up.
Yep, exactly, Rob. Oh. Well, now let's share some favorite advice from you great moms and dads across the country who watch the show.
Indeed. Today's lesson was taught by Wes in Ohio, who said, quote, "Getting good is the easy part. Getting to great takes work." Take the time to do honest self-assessment, celebrate progress, of course, but then make improvements, because there's always something to improve. So thank you, Wes from Ohio. It's true.
Yeah.
Good is one level, great's another. Yeah.
Right. And Rob, I've noticed a little pattern on the show. We always have great advice from Ohioans. It's true.
Okay.
This is a fact. That was another great piece of advice. I'm seeing a pattern here on Focus. Maybe we have a big Ohio audience. I don't know.
Oh, in case you haven't figured it
An
out,
Ohio host we have.
this lovely lady to my right is an Ohio, a proud Ohio native.
Proud
So
Ohioan,
yeah.
yes.
Good
So,
eye.
Love that. Wes, my man, thank you for that advice. Keep it coming, folks. Keep it coming. We want to hear those pearls of wisdom, please. And when you're on our Afternoon Focus Facebook page sharing that advice, give us a like and a share if you would, please too.
Please,
Selfish
please.
plug. Wink, wink.
We do that here.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.